Hello everyone, this is Naheed Oberfeld and I'm your Success Strategist. What does that mean? Well, I'm here to work with business owners, entrepreneurs, and self-employed experts and professionals just like yourself who want to take their business to the next level. They find that they're stuck in a particular level of their performance and they just don't know how to move beyond that. And the trick in doing that is really uncovering what are your limiting beliefs that is holding you in place. Every single one of us has them, and unfortunately, they're usually pretty deeply hidden. And the purpose of these training videos is really to help you shine a light on this behavior inside of us that kind of keeps us stuck. So we're moving on to video 2. I hope you had a chance to look at video 1, which was to help you shine the light on what those beliefs are when it comes to meeting a prospect, right? What holds us back? What's the energy with which we are approaching our prospects and our potential clients? Because until you uncover that and until you clear that, you're going to be repeating these patterns with disastrous results over and over again. But now we're on to video 2. And in video 2, I really want to help you uncover your belief systems related to money and success. Now, before we get into the actual training, every client of mine says, "Oh, when I think about getting more money, it feels fantastic." But the truth is, especially when we come from a middle-income family, there's certain beliefs that are inculcated in us and we start to adopt as our own. And these belief systems really have two separate components to them. One is judgment, and the second one is self-worth. And so in today's video, I really would like to help you uncover some of these belief systems that are holding you back. And as always, we're going to start with an experience. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. So the first thing I want you to think about is what would be your ideal annual earnings? How much would you like to earn? Now I want you to double that amount. And this is the amount of money that you are earning currently. Okay? Now, when you think about this newfound success and economic status, what would your life look like? What would you do differently in your life? What would you have in your life that you don't currently have? And how would you be? So when you think about all of that, I want you to imagine that you're driving a brand new car that really reflects your new economic status. And you're driving to the house of a close family member. Now that you've arrived there, you've walked into the house and you're walking into the dining room. Everybody who's present is sitting there around this dining room. Okay, so just imagine scan the room and see who's sitting around this huge dining table. And I'd like you to take a seat. The first thing I want you to notice is how is everybody dressed? And then I want you to look at yourself. And how are you dressed? Are you standing out, or are you blending in? Is there a desire to show off your new status, or is it the opposite? Do you feel like you have to minimize yourself in some way and really blend in order to fit in with your community, your members of your tribe, your family, your friends? And now I want you to think about every single person sitting around that table knows exactly how much you are earning. Remember, this is the doubled amount. And looking around the table, just imagine how people are looking at you. Are they smiling? Are they happy? Are they frowning? Pick the person that you think has the most negative reaction to you, knowing exactly how much money you make. And I would like you to imagine what are the beliefs that this person has about you, about making money. And as you tune into that belief system, do you feel that tension anywhere in your body? What are the areas in your body that might be tensing up? And be really specific about the areas. And also, what's the emotion that comes up? Is it anger? Is it frustration? What comes up for you right now? Okay, so I want you to open your eyes and I want you to write that down. So the first thing I want you to write down is, what is the most negative belief that you imagine somebody in that room has towards you? What are the top 3 emotions that brings out in you? And finally, as you focus on all of that, where in your body do you feel this tension? And I want you to rate this tension from 0 to 10. 10 being this is the highest level of tension I've ever felt. Because we're going to use that in our tapping script. Okay, so I want to kind of bring it all together for you. Similar to video 1, when we think about stepping outside of our comfort zone, okay, and our comfort zone, by the way, is whatever level of money you're currently making. It may not be something that you want to make, but that's where your comfort zone is. It's kind of like the proof is in the pudding. So when we think about stepping outside of that comfort zone, what we're really doing is stepping outside of the norms of our community, of our family members, of our tribe. And we as human beings, we are programmed to be herd-like. It's very, very challenging for us to be able to step out of our community and our tribe, right? It feels threatening. And as we did that experience, some of you may have felt that in a huge way. And until you uncover that and start clearing those beliefs, right? Clearing that need to be part of your community and not stepping out of it because you feel like you're going to be ostracized or you're going to be judged. Until that gets cleared, you're going to find that you're constantly hitting that invisible barrier. So kind of take a moment to let it all sink in, and then let's start tapping. So as usual, we start with the karate chop point. Okay? So every time I think about moving beyond my current income and earning more money, there's this part of me that feels I'm stepping out of my tribe, and that feels too threatening. And so I sabotage myself, and I choose to love and accept myself. Every time I think about stepping out of my community and earning more money, being more successful, there's a part of me that feels threatened and scared, and that part pulls me back down, and I choose to love and accept myself. Stepping outside of my community, it feels too threatening, and there's a part of me that always sabotages every time I try, and I choose to love and accept myself. So let's move to the top of the head, and I want you to focus on that negative belief that may have come up for you, okay? All these negative beliefs running through my system. It reminds me that I cannot step out of my tribe. All these negative belief systems and all these emotions that are running through my body keeps me stuck exactly where I am. It's disappointing. It's frustrating. And I don't know how to get out of it. Every time I think about stepping out of my business comfort zone, I'm reminded that there's a piece of me that feels too scared. This piece of me is not ready to step out of my community and step out of my norm. And so it self-sabotages. And I accept it. This part of me. All these thoughts that go swirling in my head every time I try to step out of my business zone. All these emotions. Feeling angry. Feeling frustrated. Feeling betrayed. Because there's a part of me that really wants to step out. And I just am not able to do it. And I accept all these parts of me. Okay, so take a deep breath. And I really want you to focus in on what is the thought that comes up. And what percentage of you believes that thought. So it's not 100%, right? Because there's some percentage of you that really wants to move forward, and then there's some percentage of you that still is remaining stuck. So what percentage would that be? I'm going to, for the purposes of this video, going to use 50%, right? So 50% of me is ready to move forward and 50% of me is still stuck. And I accept that this is how I feel. Every time I think about my business, 50% of me really wants to move forward, but there's still this 50% that's not yet ready. And I accept that this is how I feel. All this conflict inside of me. 50% wants to move forward, but 50% is scared to step out of my tribe. And the belief is that I don't deserve it. I don't deserve to go further than my friends and family. And I choose to love and accept myself. Top of the head, this part of me that doesn't believe I deserve it. I don't deserve to step out of my tribe because what comes up for you? There's a part of me that's not yet ready to step out of my tribe. 50% of me is not yet ready to step out of my tribe because I'm afraid that I don't deserve it. I'm not smart enough. I'm not capable enough. And I just don't have what it takes. And so I don't deserve to step out of my tribe, and I don't deserve to step out of my community. And it fills me with all this emotion. Disappointment, sadness, frustration, anger. Every time I think about being stuck in my business. This 50% of me is not yet ready to move forward because it's convinced that I don't deserve it. Not yet, not now, and maybe never. And so it's holding me back. But I choose to love and accept all these parts of me. Alright, so what I wanted to highlight in today's tapping is that we have this conflict, right? A part of us wants to move forward and a part of us wants to stay stuck. That's why we are stuck. And so the more you do this video, the more you're going to uncover what are the exact beliefs that keep you feeling stuck. I don't deserve it because of what? Or I will only deserve it when what conditions take place. So I want you to take this video and tap on it for the next week so that you bring whatever your percentage is. I started at 50. Maybe it's higher for you, maybe it's lower for you. But the more you do this video, the lower you're going to bring that conflict inside of you down. That's really what you're doing. You're decreasing the conflict so that a greater percentage of you is ready, willing, eager even to move to the next level. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you got some benefit out of it. I would love to hear your feedback. I would love to hear your comments or any progress or any topics of suggestions that you may have. And once again, I hope to see you next Monday.